Hello and welcome to Pathology Decoded. I am Dr. Rana, your guide through this platform that breaks down complex medical concepts into easy to grasp bites, helping students like you ace your exams. If you are here watching this video, I believe that you are looking for a way to understand and retain pathology better, and I'm going to help you do just that. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback fuels future content. Now let's dive in and make pathology accessible and enjoyable. Today's topic is free radicals. So what are free radicals? Free radicals are chemical species with a single unpaired electron in the outer orbital. They are characterized by two very important characteristics. One, they are highly reactive and chemically unstable. And secondly, they are autocatalytic. The unpaired electron over here in the outer orbit is the one responsible for making them so unstable. They are always on a lookout to gain electron from a normal atom. So now here we have a free radical, and here we have got normal cells, all of them having paired electron in their outer orbit, while the free radical has got an unpaired electron. Whenever this free radical comes close to the normal atom, what it will do is it will just try to extract the electron from the normal atom, and in this process it will make this atom unstable. So here you see it is gaining that electron, and in the process now leaving this normal atom with a one unpaired electron, which will make it a unstable species. Now this unstable atom, when it will come in contact with its neighboring atom, it will try to take the electron from that atom, and in turn it will make that next atom unstable, and this process continues. So here we see now this is becoming unstable, and it will take the electron from this atom, and you see the other atom, it has become unstable. That's why we call that free radicals are autocatalytic. They start sort of a chain reaction where if they come in contact with a normal atom, they will go on bombarding the next atom and making the whole area of those atoms unstable. So how are these free radicals generated in a body? There are various ways these free radicals they are generated in a body for many different reasons. One of them is the normal reduction oxidation reactions that occur in a body. These reactions occur during normal metabolic processes, and at that time superoxide ion, hydrogen peroxide, and hydroxyl ions are generated. Then we have radiant energy absorption, in which ionizing radiation, when it acts upon water, it breaks it down into hydroxyl and hydrogen ion. Transition metals like iron and in copper, free radicals are generated. One of them is a Fenton reaction, in which hydrogen peroxide, when it comes in contact with iron, hydroxyl ion is generated. Free radicals are also generated during the time of enzymatic metabolism in the liver, which takes part in detoxification and hydroxylation of the toxic components. Further, free radicals are also generated in the endothelial cells and macrophages by nitric oxide. So first, let's take up reduction oxidation reaction. These reduction oxidation reactions, they occur during the normal metabolic processes. As a part of normal respiration, a molecule of oxygen is reduced by the transfer of 4 electrons to hydrogen to generate 2 water molecules. This conversion is catalyzed by the oxidative enzymes in endoplasmic reticulum, cytosol, mitochondria, peroxisomes, and lysosomes. So during this process, small amounts of partially reduced intermediates are produced. Now here, so transfer of 1 electron, it makes a superoxide. Then transfer of 2 electrons forms hydrogen peroxide, and transfer of 3 electrons lead to formation of the hydroxyl ion. This occurs in the electron transport chain inside the mitochondria. These reactions also occur in the liver by xanthine oxidase and cytochrome P450 enzymes during the time of metabolism and detoxification. Superoxide is also generated at the time of phagocytosis inside the lysosomes of the phagocytic cells. There is formation of phagolysosomes and the enzyme and a DPH oxidase is released which causes formation of the superoxide, and this superoxide then take parts in killing of the bacteria. It's one of the best killing mechanisms for killing microbes in a body. This superoxide is also converted to hydrogen peroxide by superoxide dismutase, and this Fenton's reaction, hydrogen peroxide releases hydroxyl ion. Since these oxides, superoxides, etc., they are uh, generated at the time of oxidative reactions. These are also called as reactive oxygen species. And when these reactive oxygen species are produced in larger amount than required, then we say that cell is under the oxidative stress. So production of excess free radicals, particularly this oxygen species, superoxide, etc., occurs at the time of oxidative stress. Now, why are these free radicals generated and what is their role? They are not harmful. The body generates them for certain mechanisms which are beneficial. For example, electron transport chain at the time free radicals generation leads to energy production by the mitochondria. Then during phagocytosis, generation of free radicals like superoxide etc. is involved in killing of pathogens, and generation of these free radicals, xanthine oxidase by xanthine oxidase and cytochrome P450 is responsible for hydroxylation and detoxification of the substrates. So these free radicals, they are basically generated by the body for a beneficial purpose. It is only when they go out of control or when the cell come under oxidative stress causing formation of too much of reactive oxygen species, it is then it becomes a pathology. Then we have generation of hydroxyl ions from water in the presence of ionizing radiations and ultraviolet rays. Third, we have free radical generation by uh, Fenton reaction in which there is formation of hydroxyl ion during the transfer of electron between hydrogen peroxide and iron. Now, what is the purpose of this thing? This hydroxyl ion which is generated at the time of Fenton reaction, it takes part in formation of new blood vessels which facilitate wound healing. So this reaction is important at the time of wound healing. So new vessels or uh, angiogenesis or neovascularization takes place because of this hydroxyl ion. Then there is generation of free radicals at the time of enzymatic metabolism. For example, toxins. Now this carbon tetrachloride, which was once widely used in the dry cleaning industry, it is converted by cytochrome P450 to highly reactive free radical carbon trichloride, CCl3. This causes lipid peroxidation and damages many cellular structures. In the similar manner, other components like analgesic drug acetaminophen, that is also converted to a toxic product during detoxification in the liver, leading to cell injury. Now, nitric oxide, it is a free radical. This nitric oxide is a free radical that acts as a signaling molecule in regulation of blood vessel dilatation. So this is an important uh, free radical and takes part in maintaining the blood pressure. This is generated at the time of L-arginine. It combines with the oxygen in the presence of nitric oxide synthetase, and arginine is converted to citrulline. And here we have a formation of a nitric oxide. This nitric oxide causes vasodilation. Decreased production of the nitric oxide is implicated in hypertension amongst the humans. Further free radicals are also generated from the nitric oxide, like peroxynitrate. Now, this peroxynitrate can then decompose into hydroxyl and nitrogen dioxide, both of which are highly reactive and cause extensive cellular damages. So, these reactions highlight the dual role of nitric oxide in physiology. While it is essential as a signaling molecule, it is the reaction with superoxide anion in subsequent formation of reactive nitrogen species that causes pathogenic conditions inside the body. So, summarizing, the generation of free radicals, they can be Superoxide, hydrogen peroxide, and hydroxyl ion formed during reduction oxidation reaction. Hydroxyl ion also due to radiant energy absorption by the water. Then role of transition metals leading to formation of hydroxyl ion. During enzymatic metabolism, formation of highly reactive free radicals like CCl3 and nitric oxide and peroxynitride formation. These are the important free radical generation mechanism. Now, coming to the point, how free radical causes injury in the body. A free radical, they lead to injury by three specific pathways. First is the lipid peroxidation. This oxidative damage is initiated when the double bonds in the unsaturated fatty acids of the membrane lipids, they are attacked by oxygen derived free radicals, and particular involved free radical is the hydroxyl ion. The lipid free radicals interaction then yields peroxides, and these peroxides are themselves very unstable, and they set up autocatalytic chain reactions leading to damage to the surrounding cells. Then we have free radical damage to the DNA. So here oxidative damage occurs, and these free radicals, they are capable of causing single and double stranded breaks in the DNA, cross-linking the DNA strands, forming adducts. So this oxidative DNA damage, it is implicated in cell aging as well as malignant transformation of the cells. Finally, free radicals also cause damage to the proteins. They promote oxidation of amino acid side chains, formation of covalent protein-protein crosslinks, and oxidation of the protein backbone. These oxidative modifications, they damage active sites of enzymes, they disrupt conformation of the structural proteins, and they also enhance proteasomal degradation of proteins, leading to unfolded or misfolded proteins. These leads to many storage disorders in the cells and also many other pathologies. So finally, we have got these three processes: lipid peroxidation, DNA damage, and protein modifications, which are involved in free radical induced injury in the body. This leads to various diseases in the body because of the free radical, and the important diseases which are associated with free radical injury, I will take them up, important ones only. First is the cardiovascular system. In cardiovascular system, atherosclerosis. Here there is deposition of sclerotic plaques due to oxidation of the LDL. So low density lipoproteins, these are oxidized and inside the macrophages, which are present in the wall of the arteries, and they get deposited over there. This leads to narrowing of the lumen of the artery and further on causes ischemia and infarction of the organs to which that artery is supposed to supply the blood. Hypertension, like I told you, nitric oxide, it causes vasodilatation, and decreased bioavailability of nitric oxide, it will lead to increased blood pressure, causing hypertension. Many degenerative diseases, they are associated with free radical injury. Important ones are Alzheimer's disease, in which there is formation of beta amyloid plaques, and this is responsible because of the damage of the free radicals to the proteins, causing misfolded proteins. So amyloid, etc. These are the storage disorders. Then Parkinsonism, there is degeneration of dopaminergic neurons, which is also implicated to the free radical injury. We have got liver diseases, amongst them alcoholic hepatitis. This alcohol increases free radical production during its metabolism in the liver. Then NASH, or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, that also is responsible due to generation of large number of free radicals during the enzymatic metabolic processes in the livers. Many chronic inflammatory diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel diseases, including autoimmune diseases like SLE, etc., they have been implicated to the free radical injury. Malignancy, this is because of the free radical causing DNA damage and mutations, which leads to uncontrolled cell growth. And aging, accelerated aging due to oxidative damages to the proteins and lipids, so formation of peroxisomes, etc., and misfolding of the proteins leading to decreased lifespan of the cell, are responsible for cellular aging or accelerated aging in a person. So these are the common conditions which are associated with the free radical injury. Since the free radicals are so damaging to the body and they are so harmful, if they become uncontrolled or if they are produced in large number, there should be a mechanism in a body which can cause inactivation of these free radicals. So how are these free radicals inactivated in our body? One is the presence of antioxidants. Important ones include vitamin E, vitamin A, and vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid. Then we have got enzymes which take part in inactivating the free radicals, catalase, superoxide dismutase, and glutathione peroxidase. And finally, we have got storage and transport proteins like ferritin and ceruloplasmin, which control the free radical generations, which were uh, generated by the transition metals like iron and copper. Now, how do these antioxidants inactivate the free radicals? Now, antioxidants have got a very important thing which helps in inactivating free radicals. They have got one extra electron in them. Now, this extra electron, when it is given to the free radicals, it makes them stable. So now these, once the antioxidants, they donate that extra electron to the free radicals, their outer electron, which was unpaired, now becomes paired and they are stabilized. So they cannot now undergo autocatalytic reactions. And this is a very important role of antioxidants in a body. Because of this reason itself, antioxidants, since they decrease free radical formation as well inactivate free radicals which are generated in a body, and like I told you that free radicals are implicated in cellular aging or accelerated cellular aging. That's why we say that taking antioxidants helps in aging slowly. So those people who take antioxidant rich food, vitamin E, A, and C rich food, usually don't age quickly. Then enzymes. Important one among them is a superoxide dismutase enzyme. Now, this enzyme causes conversion of superoxide ion to hydrogen peroxide. Then this hydrogen peroxide is further broken down into hydroxyl to hydroxyl ion by ferritin ceruloplasmin and enzyme glutathione peroxidase. Now here what happens, you might say that this hydroxyl ion, but this is a very temporary phase. These two hydroxyl ions, they combine together and then they are reduced to water. So basically these reactions, they help in converting hydrogen peroxide simply to a water molecule. Now this formation of the water molecule can straight away also occur by the conversion of hydrogen peroxide directly to the water by the catalase enzyme. So here we have got inactivation of free radicals by antioxidants, enzymes which include superoxide dismutase, glutathione peroxidase, and catalase, as well as storage and transport proteins which include ferritin and ceruloplasmin, by which hydroxyl ion converted to hydrogen peroxide and then finally converted to the water. So that finishes this chapter of free radicals. We have covered almost all the important components of free radical injury. The objectives covered in this chapter was, now we know the definition of the free radicals, what are free radicals, why they are so highly unstable, and what do we mean by the word they being autocatalytic, how these free radicals are generated in a body. We have discussed 5 different mechanisms of their generation, to what beneficial purpose they serve by being generated in a body, and what drawbacks we see when they are generated in excess amount. How do they injure the cell? We covered those 3 steps by which the cell is injured by the free radicals in the body. We also discussed the diseases which are associated with the injury caused due to free radicals. And finally, we discussed that how they are inactivated in a body by antioxidants, by enzymes, as well as by uh, transfer proteins, etc.